Welcome to Clean Sheet HQ. Today we were jumping into a deep dive based on that viral video, Arsenal versus PSG, the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to admit.
Right, and we've pulled together a massive stack of sources for this one. I mean, we're looking at post-match reports from The Athletic, The Telegraph, plus, punditry from Sky and TNT Sports.
Yeah, exactly. And our mission today is for you, the listener, to finally understand Arsenal's agonizing 2026 Champions League final defeat to PSG. Because honestly, you'd think a team that scores a brilliant Kai Havertz goal in the first 6 minutes would, push forward.
Go for the kill.
Right, go for the kill. But they did the exact opposite. They opted for this extreme defensive setup that, well, it almost won them the cup, right up until that heartbreaking penalty shootout.
It really is the big mystery of the match. That tactical shift immediately after the 6th minute.
Yeah.
I mean, Arsenal held a record low 25% possession for a Champions League finalist.
Wow, just 25%.
Yeah, and just one single shot on target over 120 minutes. It's staggering.
It reminds me of a turtle retreating into its shell. Like, it's incredibly safe, sure, but to actually take a bite out of your opponent, you have to stick your neck out.
Right.
And Arsenal flat out refused to expose their neck for 114 minutes. So was this a Mourinho-esque masterclass from Mikel Arteta or just a fatal lack of ambition?
Well, it was a calculated elimination of chaos. Instead of their traditional high press, Arteta deployed this ultra-deep, incredibly compact low block.
Okay.
You had world-class attackers like Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard,
Yeah.
completely abandoning their offensive roles. They essentially formed a flat back six out of possession.
A back six. That's wild.
Yeah. I mean, Saka completed just 4 passes in 82 minutes.
Wait, really? Just 4?
Just 4.
Yeah.
Because he was constantly tracking back to double-team PSG's wingers. It was an impenetrable fortress.
But, I mean, is it really a masterclass if it completely neuters your own offensive superstars? You're
Yeah.
playing with fire, relying entirely on absolute perfection at the back?
And that is the gamble. It worked beautifully to suffocate PSG's passing lanes, but an airtight system like that demands 0 cognitive lapses.
Yeah, no room for error.
Exactly. After 90 minutes of sheer exhaustive concentration, you get one heavy touch from young Christian Mosquera.
Which led to his foul on Kvaratskhelia.
Right. Suddenly, Dembele puts away the penalty, and that shell is cracked.
And because Arsenal burned all their energy maintaining that deep block, they had absolutely no attacking rhythm to pivot back to in extra time, which, bled directly into the shootout.
You could literally see the cognitive overload on the pitch.
Oh, totally. Even Declan Rice visibly deflated when PSG won the coin toss to shoot first at their own end.
The physical exhaustion of defending for 114 minutes just completely drains the mental sharpness you need for high-pressure penalties. Your meticulously planned structure evaporates, leaving pure anxiety.
Which brings me to Ebreki Eze's missed penalty.
Oh, yeah. The stutter step.
Right, the stutter step. I know routines are practiced over and over, but in a sudden death scenario where your legs are completely dead, wasn't attempting that complex run-up wildly arrogant? Like, he shouldn't just smashed it.
I get why you'd say that, but the data actually supports sticking to your practiced routine. Eze's didn't invent that run-up on the spot.
Oh, so it's just muscle memory.
Exactly. The problem isn't the stutter step itself. The problem is that the immense cognitive load of a shootout disrupts that muscle memory. When physical exhaustion meets an extreme spike in cortisol, even the most rehearsed routines break down.
And no one's routine broke down quite like the final kicker, sudden death. Gabriel Magalhaes steps up for the 5th penalty and blasts it over the bar.
It was tough to watch.
It really was. You have the literal architect of this defensive masterclass, a guy who spent 120 minutes destroying attacks, and suddenly he's asked to create the ultimate one. Why on earth was he taking the 5th penalty when it was his first ever spot kick for Arsenal?
Well, that's the detail everyone is hung up on. Arteta actually admitted post-match that Gabriel explicitly demanded that responsibility.
Wait, he asked for it? He wanted to take number 5.
He did. And just to clear something up from our sources, we need to dispel the myth that left-footers are statistically worse at penalties. The data shows absolutely no notable difference.
I mean, even with the stats on his side, the irony of it is just brutal.
Truly. The man who anchored the best defense in the world was tasked with the decisive offensive action of the entire season, and the execution just wasn't there.
So an epic 63-game title-winning season ends in pure agony, ultimately decided by a hyper-defensive gamble and margins as thin as a single spot kick.
The margins at the very top of European football forgive absolutely nothing.
They really don't. So leaving you with this thought to ponder, if Arsenal reaches the stage again, will the sheer trauma of this shootout force Arteta to finally abandon his defensive safety net, come out of that shell, and fully unleash his attacking stars?